At this very moment, your existence is being sustained. If the ultimate cause of reality stopped sustaining you for even 1 second, you would simply cease to exist. Not because God started the universe long ago, but because he is sustaining it right now. Let me show you why. Look around. Walls get painted, coffee gets cold, seeds become trees. You move from one place to another. Change is everywhere. But what is change? According to Aristotle, and defended today by philosophers like Edward Fazer, change is the actualization of potential. When a wall goes from white to pink, it was potentially pink, and that potential was made actual. When coffee cools, it was potentially cold, and something actual made it so. This principle is simple but profound. Potential cannot actualize itself. Only something already actual can actualize a potential. A thing cannot give what it does not have. Let's make this concrete. You set your coffee on a table. Why isn't it falling? Because the table holds it up. But the table is held up by the floor by the foundation by the earth by deeper physical realities. Remove any one of those right now, and the coffee falls. This is what philosophers call a hierarchical series of causes, not a chain stretching back in time, but a chain operating simultaneously right now. Each member has only borrowed power. The coffee cannot hold up itself. The table cannot hold itself up. Each depends on something else. Now, here's the critical question. What if every cause in this hierarchy only had borrowed power? Imagine an infinite chain of old boxcars, each one hooked to the next, but there's no engine. How fast does that train move? It doesn't. Because boxcars don't move themselves, they only move if something with power pulls them. Similarly, if every cause only has borrowed actuality and there is no cause that is actual in itself, then nothing would be actual at all. An infinite regress of dependent causes explains nothing. It's like saying the paintbrush moves because of the stick because of the hand moves because of the muscle, and the muscle because of the nerve, but never arriving at something that actually has the power to move. If there's no source of actuality, nothing would exist right now. Not the coffee, not the table, not you. So the hierarchy must terminate, not in another dependent thing or yet another dependent thing, but in something that does not borrow existence, something that is not a mixture of potential and actuality, something that is purely actual, uncaused, independent, self sufficient. What Thomas Aquinas called the unmoved mover. Not the first event in time, but the first cause in the order of being, the cause of causes, the reason anything is actual at all. The reason your coffee sits on the table, the reason the table stands, the reason the earth exists, the reason atoms are actual rather than merely possible is because there's something that does not borrow existence, but is existence itself, right now. You are not sustaining, you do not exist independently for even 1 second. If the purely actual source of all reality were removed, everything would vanish instantly. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together. That is what we call God.